The capture of Superman. What mysterious mastermind is attempting to trap the Man of Steel? Get set for a shock, because it's his longtime partner and buddy, the Batman. Your two favorite heroes, Superman and Batman, in one adventure together. No friends have been closer than Superman, Batman, and Robin, the Boy Wonder. Together, they have faced and triumphed over countless dangers and formidable foes. But now, suddenly, the alliance is split apart as Batman and Robin do everything in their power to bring about the capture of Superman. We've failed several times before, Batman, but this time, you're sure to trap him. One morning, as Clark Kent, secretly Superman, answers his phone at the Daily Planet.
Batman speaking. I need Superman's help. Outskirts of Gotham City. Approaching Globe Iron and Steel Company. It's urgent.
A quick private change, a lightning-fast flight, and mere seconds later, as he approaches his destination... Huh? What's that? Batman, what is it? Where did it come from? I haven't the slightest idea, and we daren't tangle with it. When we approach, flames shoot out at us. Well, since I'm fireproof, they can't bother me. But as he nears the mysterious menace, what's happening now? Suddenly, kryptonite, the only substance that can harm me. This weird mechanism was booby-trapped against me. Feel weak, rapidly losing my superpowers. Batman and Robin daren't help. Flames would scorch them. Must find way. Those wires, they control movement of robot. I must figure out the circuit. Work fast. A split second later, that's the one. Using X-ray vision and super intelligence, I figured out which wire controlled that foot and caused it to kick that kryptonite out of the way. Whew, that was a narrow escape. It sure was. If we only knew what that thing is and where it comes from. I know where it's going. No place. And I know something else. Someone is trying to trap me. Someone who was operating that thing by remote control. You're right. But who? We'll retrieve that kryptonite and dispose of it. Then we'll look for any clues, try to track them down. Meanwhile, be careful. I sure will, pal. After all our hard work, we failed. Yet, we were lucky. Superman didn't notice I was directing that robot with this. Yes, if he suspects we're after him, it will be 1,000 times as hard to get him. What's this? Batman and Robin plotting to trap Superman? Their best friend and crime-fighting ally? That night, as Batman ponders in the Batcave, I have it. A great plan. Bring me that kryptonite. And as he sets to work, it must have a perfectly smooth surface with a circle of green surrounded by white. Next day, after another urgent call, speeds Superman across the city. Batman hinted at something mysterious in the Batcave. Wonder what it could be? The question is answered moments later. Glowing 7-toed footprints. They suddenly start right here and lead that way. And there's no sign of anything entering or leaving. Let's follow them. they lead right toward that trophy. That wax model of a strange beast we encountered during our adventure in Dimension X. Strange. Very strange indeed. All at once, two actions occur simultaneously with eye-blurring speed. Must get out of here. I had to use enough force to bore right through this rock wall. And with Superman gone, Batman removes the beast's eye. How could he guess that this was really a piece of kryptonite? That question is answered in Superman's mind as he emerges some distance away. My super memory suddenly recalled that beast had a red eye, not green. That's the second attempt on me, both involving kryptonite and those two. Batman, why are you trying to trap me? Huh? What are you talking about? Surely you don't think. I definitely do. You and Robin are my best friends. Why are you doing this to me? What you're suggesting is fantastic, Superman. All right, Batman. I can see you won't confide in me. We've bungled again, Batman. Maybe it's because we don't have our hearts in it. I know how you feel, Robin, yet we must catch him. It was only a few days ago. After we three had cornered the drover mob in an isolated area. Superman had left with the crooks when... Look, a spaceship landing here. And as the lone occupant emerged... I come to Earth seeking the criminal Superman. He must be turned over to us to stand trial on my planet. Superman? A criminal? That's ridiculous. Let me show you the evidence so you can judge for yourselves. I have these unusual pictures of his crimes on our planet, Belos. I can project them against that cliff. Moments later, an awesome scene was displayed. Look, an Earthman who flies like a bird. Who are you? He does not answer. He smashes our bridge. He is evil. Behold, our precious water, brought from other planets to tide us over the dry season. Gone. He is harming us beyond words. But it can't be. There must be a logical explanation. I'll tell Superman about your accusation and... No, since, as I observed a few minutes ago, he trusts you two, you must find a way to capture him. But he must not know why. For if he does, he could use his X-ray vision to find and destroy this evidence. Unless you do precisely as I order, we shall retaliate by using this on your cities. It is effective from hundreds of miles away. I guess we have no choice. Well, now that he suspects, our task will be harder than ever, but not impossible. Tomorrow, Superman is doing a public performance for the Heart Fund Drive. I have an idea. But next day, Batman's idea is doomed to failure as... Oh, my camera! Too hot to hold. Superman must have seen through my disguise and guessed my camera is really a phony. Shortly, in the Batcave. So he guessed that this camera contained kryptonite, which would pop out at him when you took his picture. Yes, and he made me drop it with his heat vision. He's on his guard, all right, and we must think of something extremely clever to trap him. Hours later. I think you've hit on an ingenious idea, Batman. I don't see how we can miss this time. Next night, in the bay of a nearby city. The statue we erected in honor of Green Arrow, which serves as a lighthouse, has been emitting strange radio waves that have interfered with all ship-to-shore messages. We'll have to look into it. Suddenly, Great Scott, Arrow's being shot by the statue. Green Arrow is out of the city. We'd better contact Superman to work on this dangerous and puzzling situation. Meanwhile, within the hollow statue, everything's working as you planned. Exactly. This is one trap Superman won't evade. As they expected, the Man of Steel soon approaches. Great guns, I'm getting weak. Can't fly. And instants later, I managed to change kryptonite to kryptonite paint. Spread over the glowing green statue, he never suspected its presence. Let's get him away from here, Robin. This kryptonite-coated bat rope will keep him helpless without harming him. Why are you doing this to me? Later, after Batman and Robin explain what has happened. I'm terribly sorry, Superman. I wanted to tell you. I know, but you couldn't take the chance of the aliens using their weapon. I wonder. I can't recall ever being on the planet you describe, nor do I remember any of those incidents. But several days ago, some astronomers summoned me to point out an asteroid in distant space racing toward Earth. I sped out to investigate, but odd. I'm sure I saw it in this area, yet there's no trace of it. I'll look about a bit more. I never did find that asteroid, but maybe while I was out there, I blacked out and went berserk on Belos. That incident occurred at the precise time I am accused of destructive acts there. Soon. Good. I see you have caught the criminal. Come. As a member of the Belvosian Grand Council, it is my duty to turn him over to the court that will try him. Don't forget us. You agreed that we could go along to testify to his character and achievements. Later, as Superman stands before the grim tribunal of another world. You will now see and hear all the evidence against you. We have documentary films of every moment you spent on Belvos. Let the evidence be displayed. The film begins, revealing one scene of destruction after another, and then none of our powerful weapons can harm him. It sure looks bad for Superman. Meanwhile, far out in space, my plan worked perfectly. Having Superman removed from Earth so that I can obtain the treasure that will make me master of all Belvos. I certainly was lucky when I found some rare pebbles on a distant asteroid. Using the radiant power of their refractive light, I made many incredible discoveries. I can conquer gravity, create a force field which will make me invulnerable to any weapon. With a few trusted followers, I can overcome any army. However, the radiant force in those stones burned itself out rapidly. I combed the universe for others, and finally, all the rare stones I need on that planet, with a radiant power so intense that they will last for years. But how can I get enough of them without being caught? I learned all about Earth and evolved a plan that was sure to succeed if I could get Superman out of the way. This image of a giant asteroid I am projecting seems to be hurtling toward Earth. When scientists see it, they're sure to send Superman after it. While he vainly searched in space for that non-existent asteroid, I disguised myself as him and on Belos. Ha ha! No one is aware I'm using this tiny matter disruptor to make it appear as if I'm smashing the bridge with my bare hands. And they can't notice the aerojets that make me fly. Every detail was worked out brilliantly. Those are my friends firing harmless rays, making it seem I'm invulnerable. And while Chlor secretly lands on Earth, back on Belos. Prisoner, you have seen the evidence. You committed those crimes, then left without a word of explanation. It was most fortunate that Chlor tracked you down. Something just occurred to me. I must speak to the judge at once. At that moment, some notorious criminals are after your exhibit of giant gems, sir. Since I can't devote all my time to guard them, I suggest you give them to me for safekeeping until I apprehend the thieves. Why, of course, Superman, and thanks. Moments later. Ha ha! Only Superman could have been trusted with such a large collection of the stones I need. I can leave now in complete safety. But as the cunning criminal speeds to his spaceship, you, in person. And here's something to remember me by. How did you guess the truth? That man did. He realized from the pictures and evidence that Superman had never used his X-ray vision on Belos, nor had its existence been mentioned. Yet, on the day you approached him, supposedly your first time on Earth, you knew about my X-ray vision, which I hadn't used at the time. Batman deduced then that you had been on Earth before, and the judge was as suspicious as he when he heard this. After Superman whisks the canny Chlor to Belos. Thank you for catching the real criminal. If Superman wasn't apprehended, Chlor had convinced us to threaten Earth with retaliation. Well, I thank you too, sir. You arrested me and freed me both.